Hello and welcome to the preliminary final edition of TSL Talk. Today we're joined by Lauderdale coach and polished media performer Darren Winter. Darren, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Brett.
Devonport Launceston Friday night under lights at Aurora Stadium. Both teams played in absolutely atrocious conditions last week. Will that have any bearing on the game for either side?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think it's a bad thing to continually play through the whole final series. But yeah, I went and watched the game on Saturday at Belrive, and it was pretty heavy conditions. So, if anything, probably their legs might maybe a little bit heavy, but I'm sure they would have freshened up through the week. And a couple of impact injuries, I think they copped. But no, I don't think so. It wasn't a real hard physical game. Didn't seem to be. Yep. So I think they should recover from that pretty well.
Last time the two sides met in the qualifying final, which was also at Aurora Stadium, Blues full forward Brian Finch kicked 6 goals on Al Clements from Devonport. Will Devonport coach Earl Bourne have to come up with a different matchup there, do you think?
Well, look, it's an interesting thing. Like when we played Launceston, he kicked 6 or 7 in the first half and looked like he was on fire, and we changed that up and got on top of him. I think Finch has got to be a bit more consistent. He'll kick bags and then go missing for a number of weeks, so he probably needs to step up again. He hasn't done it against Clarence, but look, if that was the best matchup, sometimes you just might be one of those days where they get it lace out and you can't do much about. I think you'd probably have to weigh that up on the delivery that he got to the forward line, or whether he just outclassed him on the day.
Yep.
So Errol's pretty smart. He'll know what to do.
Yep. Clarence last couple of times against Launceston have been successful in shutting out Scott Stevens and Sam O'Keefe, and obviously having easy wins. Is there too much reliance on those two players for Launceston as their key playmakers?
Yeah, well, it certainly seemed that way. I think Riley has shut down Stevens and I think it was French the last 2 times they've played him. So it certainly seems like they get a lot of drive from those 2 players, and if they get them shut down, and it doesn't seem like they can work through those shut down players or the tagging players. So yeah, that would be a bit of a worry for Taylor up there.
Last time they played, Launceston eventually had an easy 59-point win. What's your tip for this week?
Look, I like Launceston. I think if there's a team that's going to have a crack at Clarence, they're the team, even though they haven't shown that over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I think their running power is pretty strong. Not on par with Clarence at the moment, but pretty strong. I think Devonport will be okay, but I think Launceston may just get over the top of them.
Realistically, though, are both teams just playing for second?
Well, you'd think so.
Yeah.
Clarence running is pretty powerful, and they use the ball so well, and even in the conditions over at Belrive on Saturday, they used the ball extremely well. Didn't look like they were in any danger whatsoever throughout the game, and I would think that they're maybe vying for second place at the moment.
Yeah, you're a former premiership player with Clarence and a coach at Clarence as well, and so you've seen it from inside and out. What is it about Clarence that makes them so successful?
Well, I think it's they obviously shut down 1 or 2 players on the opposition, and the rest of them just back themselves in to play their own brand of football. And I think the only way that anybody's going to beat them in the near future is to go out there and maybe have one shut-down player that they really want to focus on, and then just back themselves in to beat them. I don't think any side does that at the moment, and until sides start doing that, Clarence are going to have it all their own way.
Yeah, but this is just not a cyclical thing. This has been going on for close to 20 years now.
Yep.
There must be the culture there that breeds success.
It's an interesting culture. I suppose I first come over in '89, and we sort of pretty much had strong teams then, but we couldn't get over the line in the finals. And then '93, Stevie Wright come, and I think he was probably the one person that changed the club about how we went about football and how we worked and the expectations, and I think it just lifted. And I don't think the club's ever looked back from there, and it doesn't look like they're going to do any time in the near future either.
What are your thoughts on the 5-week final system? There has been some criticism of it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's we had our 2s in the finals up until this week, and for them to have to win 5 finals games to win a premiership, I think it's probably there just to make up the numbers. Realistically, you're not going to win 5 finals in a row, and the guys that finished 3rd, well, anywhere out of the top 2, it's pretty tough.
Yep.
And I don't really think anybody wants to see Launceston play Clarence for the third time in a finals, so that's maybe the formula is a little bit wrong there.
Is the formula wrong in that it should be a top 5? Or?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Top 5, top team gets their rest and they've earned it, have a bit of a spell, and the other two teams, 4 teams, fight it out. I think that's the way to go.
Yep. And obviously, Coach Lauderdale, just your quick thoughts on their season. There were some positive steps taken towards the end of the year.
Yeah, look, it was I think we turned our season around probably midway through. We worked really hard. We had a huge pre-season and worked hard, and the guys were fantastic on the track. But I think we finished 9th the year before, and we probably played that way in the first half of the season, that we were chasing tails instead of backing ourselves in. And I think we finally got to the stage where we believed that we could win games, and probably, started with Glenhawkie early in the season, then we just started turning a little bit through the season. So the finish off with four wins out of the last 6 was pretty good for us. Yep. And almost tipping Glenhawkie again down there. Just fell short in the last couple of minutes. So no, I think overall we had a better season than the year before, and hopefully we'll get better next year.
What does the club need going forward? What's a standout recruit that you need?
Look, I still think we need runners. I think runners win you the game, and Clarence have proven that over a long period of time. They really haven't got big key forwards up there, so it's just their running power that normally kills sides off. We need to get more runners, and that's what we'll be going after.
No worries. Darren, thanks very much for joining us on TSL Talk.
Thank you.
Remember, for all your previews and reviews, pick up your copy of the Mercury or go to the Mercury online.